Hi students, welcome to Vijnanavedi. And in the last class, we discussed about no sooner than, then hardly, then as soon as, and the conditional clauses and all. And today, the rest of the language activity we are going to discuss, and moreover that we are going to study the tenses also. Okay. Did you study that conditional clauses, rules and regulations? Okay, very good. Okay, now let us move to the next part of the language activity. Take page number 103 from your textbook. Okay, see, one sentence is given there. I am going into the forest. I am going into the forest. Here, what you have to do is you should find out the prepositional phrase. Already we have studied what is a phrase, what is a noun phrase, and what is a verb phrase. These all things I have explained to you. Then can I ask you a question? What is a phrase? A word or a group of words which does not make a sense, a complete sense, which does not make a complete sense is called a phrase. Then what do you mean by a noun phrase? Noun phrase means it may be a word or a group of words that does the function of a noun is called a noun phrase. And what is a verb phrase? That means a word or a group of words which does the function of a verb is known as verb phrase. And today we are going to study a new thing, the prepositional phrase. That means a word or a group of words which does the function of a preposition is called the prepositional phrase. Here in this sentence that we are going to analyze the sentence completely. Okay, let us go through it. First of all, by reading the sentence, what you have to do is you have to divide it into two, the verb phrase and the noun phrase. And it's easy for you to divide the sentence into noun phrase and verb phrase. Which is the noun phrase of the sentence? Yes, I is the noun phrase of the sentence. And which is the verb phrase from the sentence? Am going into the forest. Am going into the forest is the verb phrase. Again, we can divide this verb phrase into another parts. See, the verb phrase here, we have to find out the prepositional phrase from this verb phrase. Okay. So, first of all, we should identify which is the verb over here, mentioned over here. And which is the verb? Am going. That is the verb from this sentence. So, here am is the auxiliary verb or the helping verb of the sentence, and going is the main verb of the sentence. And into the forest. Into the forest. What do you mean by into? What is that actually? Yeah, it is a preposition. Which are the prepositions of English? Yes, into, it, on, under, above, beneath. There are a lot of prepositions in English. So, here into is the preposition, and the words which come near that preposition is called the preposition. That does the function of preposition is called the prepositional phrase. Here, into is the preposition, the forest. The next group of words are called the forest. Here, the is the determiner. What do you mean by a determiner? A determiner means there will be articles, there will be demonstratives, there will be possessives. What do you mean by articles? Which are the articles? A and the are the articles. And which are the possessives? This, these, those, that, these are the possessives. Into is the preposition, and here the forest. The other words are the forest. The is the determiner. The articles, demonstratives, possessives all together will come under the determiners. And forest is the noun again. So, here which is the prepositional phrase? Into the forest is the prepositional phrase from this sentence. Now, you are having one activity in your textbook that you have to do yourself. Find out the prepositional phrase from the sentences given in your textbook, page number 103. See the question. First question, come into the garden with me. Come into the garden with me. Which is the prepositional phrase of the sentence? Yes, your answer is correct. Into the garden is the prepositional phrase of this sentence. See the next one. She wanted to go to the movies. She wanted to go to the movies. Here, you may write to go to the movies. It is wrong. Why? Because go is the verb. So we can't use this part as a prepositional phrase to go. Okay. So here, which is the prepositional phrase? To the movies. Which is the prepositional phrase? To the movies. And see the next one. The girl from the nearby city left her purse in the lab. The girl from nearby city left her purse in the lab. Which is the prepositional phrase? In the lab. You are correct. And see the next one. The stories in that book were translated by my friend. The stories in that book were translated by my friend. Which is the prepositional phrase here? In that book. In that book. Okay. See the next one. She was looking for a man with money. She was looking for a man with money. Which is a prepositional phrase over here? For a man with money. For a man with money. Okay. Now we understood what is a prepositional phrase. Okay. Now we are moving to tenses. Have you heard about it? Yes, from the smaller classes onwards, we are studying all these things regularly, but now also we don't know how to use it, right? Okay. Here, I am going to teach you the tenses and all, and it's a formula, that means the format of the sentences and its usages and all I am going to explain to you. Okay. How many tenses are there in English? There are 3 main tenses. Which are they? Present tense, past tense and future tense. Then, is there any divisions in each? Yes. In all the tenses, in these 3 tenses, there are 4 divisions. That means totally 12 tenses are there. First of all, let us study about the present tense. The present tense can be divided into 4. Which are the subdivisions of present tense? There is an order for that you have to know. In that order, you have to study everything. See, the first one is simple present tense. The second one is present continuous tense. The third one is present perfect tense. And the fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. For each tense, there are the proper usages and there are proper formats and all. That all things we are going to study now. First of all, simple present tense. How can we identify a sentence as a simple present tense? See, one rule is there. For a simple present tense, there will be a subject and there will be verb. That means the first form of the verb and object also will be there. The first form of the verb will be used over here in the simple present tense. For example, I write a letter. See the second example. He writes a letter. Did you find any or did you notice any difference in these 2 examples? Yes. In the first sentence, S is not used over there. But in the second sentence, S is used over there. What is the, why it is used like that? Yes, there is a rule. What is that rule? With third person singular, we have to use S or ES with the verb form or first form of the verb. We have to use S or ES with the first form of the verb. Which are the third person singular? He, she, it. These are the third person singular forms. With these 3 forms, what we have to do? We have to use S or ES with the verb. Okay. But with I, we are not supposed to use this. I, you, we. With that types of subjects, we are not supposed to use this S or ES with the verb. Okay. But with he, she, it, we have to use S or ES with the verb. Okay. Otherwise, the sentence is wrong. Then, what is the usage of simple present tense? When we will use this simple present tense? Do you know? Yes. To show the habitual actions or the daily actions, and what else? To show the general truths. For example, the sun rises in the east. Okay. To show such general truths, we have to use this simple present tense. And what else? To show the headlines of the news and all, we have to use this simple present tense, and to show the quotations and all, we have to use simple present tense. These are the usages of simple present tense. Now you understood, right? Okay. What are the usages? Once again tell me. To show the habitual actions, to show the general truths, and to show the quotations, and to use in the news headlines. We use this simple present tense. What is the format? That the form of a simple present tense, subject plus V1. That means first form of the verb will be there with the subject. Okay. Is it clear for you? Let us move to the next one. Present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. Then which is the format to identify a sentence in present continuous tense? Which is the format? Yeah, subject plus am, is or are plus ing form of the verb will be there. Continuous means there will be ing form. Okay, in all the continuous tenses there will be ing form of the verb. And what is the other, what else will come with that? Subject plus am, is, are, any one of these according to the subject, and the ing form of the verb also will come there. Here I have given some examples. He is writing a letter. They are writing a letter. Is always used with the singular subjects, and are is always used with the plural subjects. Am is used with I. That is an exceptional case. So, am is always used with I. Is used with the singular ones, and are is used with the plural ones. Now you understood, right? Okay. And what is the usage of this present continuous tense? Yeah, to show an action that is going on at the time of speaking. To show such actions, we have to use this present continuous tense. What is the usage? To show an action that is going on at the time of speaking. Okay. And which is the next one? Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Subject plus has or have plus V3. Subject plus has or have plus V3. Has is used with the singular ones. Have is used with the plural ones, and the third form of the verb will be there after this. Okay, the third form means the past participle form of the verb, V3 form of the verb. He has written a letter. I have written a letter. Okay, these are the examples for that. What is the usage of this present perfect tense? Yeah, to show an action that just completed. To show an action that just completed. For such occasions, we use this present perfect tense. Okay, is it clear for you? And the last division of the present tense, present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. What is the format of present perfect continuous tense? Subject plus has or have plus been plus ing form of the verb will come there. Subject plus has or have plus been plus verb plus ing form. And here some examples are there. He has been writing a letter. I have been writing a letter. This is used to show an action that started in the past and is continuing up to the present moment, and a particular time, an amount of time will be specified over there. If I am giving an example like this, it will be clear for you. I have been writing a letter since 8 o'clock this morning. A particular period of time is mentioned over there, and the action started in the past and is continuing up to the present moment. That action is going on now also, it does not stop. So, in that cases, we have to use this present perfect continuous tense. Is it clear for you? Then can I ask you some questions? Which are the 4 divisions of present tense? In order you have to say. Yeah, the first one is simple present. Then the second one is present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. And which are the usages of these 4? Simple present is used to show the habitual actions, general truths, to show the news headlines, to quote the quotations and all. We use this simple present tense. And what about present continuous tense? to show an action that is going on at the time of speaking. And what about the present perfect tense? To show an action that just finished. And what about present perfect continuous tense? To show an action that started in the past and is continuing up to the present moment, and a particular period of time will also mention over there. To show such actions, we use the present perfect continuous tense. Is it clear for you? Shall we move to the next one? Okay. Simple past. Simple past. What is the format of simple past? Subject plus second form of the verb will be there, or the past form of the verb will be used in this simple past tense. One example is given here. He wrote a letter. And the usage of simple past tense is to show a past action. It is used to show a past action. And see the next one, past continuous tense. What is the format of past continuous tense? Subject plus was or were plus verb plus ing. That means was is used with the single verb, and were is used with the single means singular one, and were is used with the plural ones. See here some examples are given. He was writing a letter. We were writing a letter. And what is the usage of this past continuous tense? To show an action that began in the past and continued for a short period of time in the past. To show an action that began in the past and continued for a short period of time in the past. To show such actions, we use this past continuous tense. Okay. See the next one, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense, subject plus had plus third form of the verb. Subject plus had plus third form of the verb. Here one example is given. John had gone out when I arrived in the office. John had gone out, had gone plus V3. Had gone out when I arrived in the office. Here two actions are mentioned in this sentence. John had gone out, I arrived in the office. In this sentence, to show the first action, we use the past perfect tense. And to show the second action, we use the simple past tense. To show the first action of a sentence, we have to use the past perfect tense. See here, John had gone out, that is the first action, and I arrived in the office, that is the second action. To show the first action in a sentence, we have to use the past perfect, and to show the second action, we have to use simple past tense. Okay. See the next one, past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous. What is the format of past perfect continuous? Subject plus had plus been plus verb plus ing. Subject plus had plus been plus verb plus ing. See the example. She had been working at that company for a year when she met James. Here an action started in the past and continued for some time, and it stopped in the past when another event occurred. Do you understand? An action started in the past and continued for a particular period of time, and it stopped before another event. Here the first event is she had been working at that company for a year. Then what happened after 1 year? She met James. After that she stopped the work. That means that action was going on till another event occurred. Okay, do you understand? Now, which are the four divisions of past tense? Simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Simple past is used to show an action or to show a past action. And what about the past continuous? To show an action that started in the past for a small short period of time. Then what about the past perfect? There will be two actions in a sentence. To show the first action, we will use the past perfect tense, and to show the second action, we have to use the simple past tense. And what about the past perfect continuous? An action that started in the past and continued for a particular period of time, and it stopped in the past when another event occurred. These are the 4 divisions of past tense. And again, one more tense is there. What is that? Yes, future tense. Which are the 4 divisions of future tense? Simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. Mostly we are not using this future tense. Instead of that, by using our progressive tense, present progressive tense or present continuous tense, we can show the future occurrence. For example, I am going to write an exam tomorrow. I am going to write an exam tomorrow. Here in that sentence I used am going to. That means the present continuous form is used to show a future action. So instead of future tense we can use the present progressive tense to indicate future. Okay, simple future here, but we should know the rules. Okay, simple future, subject plus will or shall will come with the verb, and the first form of the verb will be there. Subject plus will or shall plus first form of the verb will be there. For example, I shall write a letter. I shall write a letter. It shows that an action which has to take place in future. An action which has to take place in future. To show such actions, we are using this simple future tense. Okay. See the next one. Future continuous. That means subject, will or shall plus be plus ing form of the verb will be there. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus verb plus ing form. For example, he will be writing a letter. He will be writing a letter. What is the usage of this? An action will be in progress in a specific time in future. An action will be in progress in a particular time in future. To show such actions, we are using this future continuous tense. Second last one is future perfect. Subject plus will or shall plus V3 form is used over here. Subject plus will or shall plus V3. The third form of the verb, the past participle form is used over here. He will have written a letter. That we can add if we want then. He will have written. It is used to show a completed action in future. It is used to show a completed action in future. And the last one is future perfect continuous tense. Subject plus will or shall plus have been plus verb plus ing. Example, I shall have been writing a letter. It is used to show an action that will continue until a point of time in future. To show an action that will continue until a point of time in future. These are the 3 tenses. You have to study the formats and you have to study the usages of this. Okay, is it clear for you? How was the class today? Yeah, I know it is little bit dry, but you have to study. Okay, you should know all these things. It's very important to study all the grammar, other sections of grammar. You should know all these things. Okay, that's why study all the rules very carefully. And if you have any doubts regarding this video, you can ask it in the comment box. And you can visit this video again in the YouTube channel of Goodness TV. Thank you. Have a nice day.